Well, Lester, are you ready to talk about Aquaman? Yeah, I can tell you're just as excited as me. Roll camera. What's up, everybody? This is Ron K. Armstrong, filmmaker extraordinaire, with another episode for you. And today I want to talk to you about Aquaman. They have just released the new poster for Aquaman. And as you can see here, it's very exciting. Personally, I've never been a fan of Aquaman. I watched him as a kid in the cartoons and read the comic book, but I was never a big fan of Aquaman. I thought there were bigger and better superheroes that I could follow. So I really don't know how this film is going to do. It stars James Momoa and Amber Heard, and we'll see. We'll see, Maybe James Wan's a great director. He'll come out there and knock it out the park. And I went to IMDb, looked at this, and it looks like there is one black person in the film, which is going to be played by the character's Black Manta will be appearing, which is kind of cool. But when I'm looking at the cast and I'm just scrolling up, I see white, ooh, black, white. All right, I don't want to put down the film already. But it's just interesting because as you'll see from the photos, they have these fish green-looking, I think it's green-looking fish people or algae people or whatever they are. And it's so interesting because, Hollywood will do films about Ewoks. They'll do films about bears, snakes, planes, trains, fish, algae people. But the minute you suggest, no, seriously, they will do a movie about purple people and have a really deep story and it really be cool. But the minute you suggest they do a film about black people, they're like, huh? What? Oh, that'll never sell. What purple people will sell. Algae fish people will sell. So this film is reportedly going to cost $160 million. And coming off of Justice League, we will see how it does. And you know what? Hollywood is so slick. They always do this diversity thing, I'm not sure if you guys ever saw the film The Spook Who Sat by the Door. Really good film. It's about a CIA agent who's black. He learns all these subversive tactics that the CIA trains him, and he goes out there and starts a revolution for African Americans. And the reason they call it the Spook Who Sat by the Door, because spook is another term for spy. And sitting by the door, that's a person, affirmative action person, because what happens is they would hire you African American, they would have you sit by the door. So when you have people coming in from the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission or whatever, they would say, oh yes, you have minority people here. He's sitting right in front of us. He's the first person we saw. Meanwhile, in the back of the company, it's all white. So, it just reminds me of that. I didn't mean to get racial on you people, but I am just not that excited for Aquaman, unless they're going to come out there with something really interesting in terms of a story. You know what they need to do? They need to do it like Ron Howard's Splash. I love that film about a mermaid, sexy mermaid. It was cool. Do it that way. Hey, I just got a good idea. I just thought of something. What the black actors need to do is when they're picked for these roles, these token roles, because you'll see them all the time, like in the new Tom Cruise film Mission Impossible. You got Angela Bassett, she's a token character. Before it was Lawrence Fishburne playing a token character, and he was also in Superman as Perry White. So what they should do is, like a Lawrence Fishburne and Angela Bassett should go up to her and say, are you going to have any more black people in this film? And they're going to say, well, no, but you should be glad to be the only one in here. So what like a Lawrence Fishburne can do is say, well, if I'm going to be the only black person in this film, I want to get the white girl. And then watch them say, oh, no, we'll get more black people in here. We'll hire more black people. We'll recast and get more black people. Yeah, no, you and the white girl, no, that's not going to happen. So meanwhile, they're doing all these commercials with white men with black women, but that's okay. But the minute you flip the script, they flip out. But anyway, so James Momoa, I think he's going too far to one end of the spectrum. The traditional comic book Aquaman was a little bit, I don't know, sensitive, moist, whatever you want to call it, moist, get it? Water, moist, okay. So he's taking it in a totally different direction, saying, I'm super masculine, you know? I'm like, yeah, we get it. You're like the biker dude guy, I get it, you know? Stop hammering that in, you know? You ain't got to wear the leather pants and all that, and I don't know, it's just like, we'll see, but apparently James Wan's a really good director, Fast and Furious, and, you know, The Conjuring, I guess, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, Aquaman coming out, there's your still photos. That's what it's all about. Check it out. This is Ron K. Armstrong, filmmaker extraordinaire. Until my next episode, go swimming. Feed the fishes. Later.